We would like to welcome Billy Horschel to the Wyndham Championship. Billy, you're going to be making your 10th start here at Sedgefield. What's it like to be back after 2020 finishing runner-up?
You know, it's a great tournament. I've always enjoyed coming here. I played well on Bermuda courses, Bermuda grass courses, and maybe early in my career I didn't have the success that I thought I should have. But over the last 5 or 6 appearances, I think I've had some pretty good results here. Haven't crossed the finish line yet as the winner, but hopefully we can take care of it this week. But it's a great. I say it's a great time of year. It's really hot here, but I love coming here. The Greensboro area is really great. The fans come out and support it really well, and it's Mark Brazel and his staff do an unbelievable job of hosting an unbelievable event.
And making your first start back since Open Championship. Seen you with some time off, have gone fishing, but what's your game been like entering for this week?
It's not as sharp as I would like it, but knowing what I've got coming up in August and September, it was just one of those things where I had to take time off. I spent 5 weeks on the road, so had to be home and enjoy family time. Didn't see my kids for a little while, so just hanging out with them. Two of my 2 girls are into cheerleading, so I'm going to their practices and their private lessons, pretty much every afternoon, and so I guess I'm a cheer dad now.
Any cheers you can recite?
No. I know what a back handspring is. I know what a walkover is. My vocabulary is not very good, or I don't know enough of it yet. But my girls love it, so that's all that matters. And then was out in Aspen for a few days last week doing a charity event that I normally do for the junior golfers out there. And came home and started practicing on Thursday. And like I said, game's not bad. It's not as sharp as I would like it, but hopefully we can work our way into a little bit more of a sharper, form by the end of the week.
What are some of the aspects you're looking to fine-tune in your game entering playoffs?
I just think ball striking. It's been pretty good all year. Todd Anderson and I have been working hard on just, refining a few things, trying to make it a little bit more repetitive. We've worked on, the same issues for the last 15 years together. It still just creeps up, and so we're just trying to address them and get the right feels so the swing's a little bit more dynamic and at the right time. And but other than that, it's in pretty good shape. I just, another day or 2 of hitting balls would have been nice, but like I said, that's just me and my professional side. It's fine where it is. It's good enough. I just got to get out of my own way and understand I'm going to play fine this week.
Awesome. With that, I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic over to Helen Ross.
Billy, I know there's an awful lot to play for over the next few weeks, but in particular, could you talk a little bit about the President's Cup? I know you've come close to getting into those International Cup ones and how much it would mean to you.
Yeah, I think for the last decade now, since 2014, or close to a decade now, I've had a chance, come this time of year to always make a team. And, when it comes down to it, I just maybe haven't played well in that, summer session to have a chance to make the team automatically or give myself a little better chance. Or, I've had somewhat of a okay finish to the end of the year or just been too far back and just haven't been picked. So, there's a couple things that are missing from, what I would love to do in this game of golf, and one of them is make an international team, a U.S. team, and whether that be President's Cup or Ryder Cup team, I'll take whichever one comes. But I think I'm in probably the best situation I've been in my entire career to make a team right now, and so I just got to go out there and play really solid golf, and I think if I do that, then hopefully I can make my first team, which would be really cool.
Have you talked to Davis at all about it?
Davis texted me, I think, a week or 2 ago, asking what my schedule was and maybe try and get together and have a dinner one night. I think those guys know me very well. I've been out here for 13 years, and I think Davis and Zach and other assistant captains know the type of person I am, know my game very well, know what I can bring to a team, and so now it's my job to play well enough so I can be picked or make the team automatically.
Billy.
Hello.
I feel like this time of year is always very retrospective. You know, you've had an awesome year, win a bunch of top fives. When you think back to everything that's happened between January and now, what are the kind of the big things that stand out to you that have allowed you to play this level of golf that's gotten you to such a great position that you just talked about?
I think it's just the hard work that my team and I do on a regular basis, and we finally hit on some things with the swing when I came back from the 2 Hawaii events, and I felt going into the 2 Hawaii events, I felt we were pretty good with, the ball striking aspect. I thought we had figured out a few things, and we went out there and it wasn't as good as I needed to be, and so we came back, and Todd and I sort of just addressed it again and trying to correct a few things, and from there we sort of figured a few things out, and now it's just been subtle little tweaks, and when we do get off, we know what we need to go back to. The answer I always give is I just work so hard, and my team and I work so hard, and so I can't tell you, hey, it was this one little thing or that little thing. I think it's just it encompasses everything. I mean, to be able to play well throughout the year, you've got to, you're going to have stretches where your ball striking is not good, so your short game and putting's got to be good, and then, when your putting short game's not going to be good, your ball striking can sort of carry you a little bit, and then when everything sort of comes together, you sort of play well, and you win at Memorial and you have a great week at Memorial. So it's just the process, and I've been out of it for 13 years now. I don't try to get too stressed out about things not going well or about where my game is. I know it's going to come around. I know what I need to do, and so I think it's just a little bit more maturity that I have out here, and I think I'm more or less that guy that for so many years everyone says you sort of start hitting your peak in your 30s, and I'm 35, and maybe that's what it is for me. I mean, I did some good stuff when I was in my 20s, but not like JT or Jordan Spieth or Sam Burns or Scotty Scheffler. I still had to learn more, and my game had to evolve more than into a more well-rounded player. So hopefully now I'm 35, and maybe now the next 5 to 7 years I can have the best 5 or 7 years of my career.
You talked about taking your daughters to cheerleading practice. Talk a little bit about the fishing tournament. How did that come about?
Yeah, so Cam fishes a lot more than I do. The way we practice golf is completely different. I'm not going to say he doesn't practice hard, but the time he spends is completely different to the time I spend. And then he doesn't have 3 kids he has to worry about hanging out with and enjoying and going to their activities in school. So my time's a little bit more, already taken from that. But we were at the Open Championship, and his caddy, Sam Pinner, was out on the course, and I was like, what are you boys doing next couple of weeks? He's like, oh, we're doing a fishing tournament Friday. We're doing the Kingfish tournament Friday after the Open. And I said, going out on his boat? And he said, yeah. I said, how many people are going? He said, I think there's only like 6 or 7. And I knew his boat had room for more. So I saw Cam, I think the next day. I said, hey, Cam, I got a question, and you're welcome to say no. And I said, can I hop on the boat and go in the Kingfish tournament with you? And he said, sure. And like I said, he's one of my good friends. We see each other a lot. We fly together a lot. We spend a lot of time together when we're home. We have gone fishing before. So that's how it all came about. And we went out just to have an enjoyable day. And listen, I'm an 18 handicapper when it comes to fishing. I mean, I don't know everything. I mean, I've been around fishing my entire life with my uncle and some of my family members, but I mean, I'm not as knowledgeable and understanding of a few things as maybe Cam and a couple other guys on the boat were, but I could hold my own. And so we just did a really good job of having fun, and we got lucky to catch 2 really nice kingfish that allowed us to finish in, I think, 5th or 6th place in the aggregate. So it was an enjoyable day. I think Cam just wanted to have a great time, especially after winning the Open Championship. And then, afterwards we were just at his house, and a lot of friends came over to sort of celebrate his victory for, the first time that week. And so, like I said, Cam's, I love the kid to death. He's an unbelievable person, and he's got a big heart, and I love the guy. And I was so thrilled to see him win that the tournament. And so, like I said, that Friday was just a day for him to get away from things and enjoy being out in the water with friends and try and catch a fish or two, and that's what we did.
Final question from me. Are the cheerleaders, the whole family, out here this week?
No, they're done traveling for the most part. They may come to Tour Championship on Sunday, depending on my position. But school starts next week for them. They can't miss. They got assigned to their teams, I think, a couple days ago, and so they're not able to miss practices. It's funny to see a 7-year-old and a 5-year-old. When you sign up for this competitive cheerleading team, you sign a contract that you're going to be at practices. You're not going to miss. Like if you're sick, then you're allowed to miss, but you just they hold you to a contract, and I think that's really cool. The kids can't back out; they've got to go do it. Whether they're tired or not, and so it teaches them discipline and responsibility, and so. But I'm thankful that both my girls really love it and they love going, and they've got some unbelievable coaches at Infinity there in Jacksonville. The All-Star team, and so it's cool to see them, where they've started and where they are now, and see them progress in their cheerleading, early life so far, and see how far they go. I mean, I'm just amazed at seeing the other girls in there and the tricks and the spins and the jumps and everything else they do. I'm amazed by that. It's truly special to see that. So something I could never imagine doing, and I don't imagine doing it now at 35.
Well, they learn practice habits from the best, right?
Yeah, I try to. My oldest one, Skylar, got her. What she do? She did she got her back handspring, and then she wanted to do a walkover. A cartwheel into a back handspring. I can't know. Like I said, the vocabulary still is not there for me yet. But she's got something she was working on, and she was really excited about it. And I just said, hey, listen, as I've told you, I said, you got to work hard, and you got to practice at it. And then last thing on top of that, you got to believe that you can do what you're working at. And so just trying to teach them a few things, and they're listening, or at least I think they're listening. So at least they see me do it, so that at least if they're not listening, they see what I do on a regular basis, or my wife does with what she does at home. So it's pretty cool to see your kids grow up.
One more President's Cup type question. Was there one President's Cup or Ryder Cup that was hardest to miss, or that you?
Yeah, I would say the hard one for me was the 2018, the one Jim Furyk captain. Jim's a really good friend of mine. He's been a great mentor, a great friend, living there in Ponte Vedra. He's, I've been able to ask him questions and get some advice from him over my career. And I remember having a Ryder Cup. He had a Ryder Cup dinner at his house with the 25 guys and wives, I believe. And I sort of said to him, Tabitha and Jim, I said, I really want to make this team. I can't remember when that was 18, so I think we were back in March. Maybe it was still May. And I didn't play well in the summer, which sucked a little bit. And then I played really well in the playoffs. I think I finished top 5 at Northern Trust, and unfortunately I got sick at Deutsche Bank and I had a withdrawal after 9 holes, and then I finished third at the BMW there at Aronimink, and then I finished second at FedEx Cup. And I knew it was going to be a tough one because Tony had played really well, Xander had played really well, and those are 2 guys that weren't picked yet, I believe. And so, I knew Tiger had just won, so he was going to get picked. So that was a tough one because I was playing really well at the time. I thought the course fit me really well, but the other guys had played well, had played better for the majority of the year than I had. And so I don't fault Jim for the picks, but yeah, that was a tough one because I really wanted to make the team because of Jim.
Yeah. And what would it mean to you if you got one of the 6 picks, or if you were able to play your way in? this
Yeah,
week?
I love my country. I love the U.S. I think it's a beautiful country. Even though we have issues just like every other country. I think that our history has been unbelievable to see where we've come from and where we are now, and the different cultures of people that live in this world. And you see the sacrifices that the men and women of the military make for all of us, especially for, I mean, when I think about it, I get to go play golf around the United States, around the globe, and I can be, safe, and they're giving their lives to protect myself and my family. That means a lot to me. And so to be able to wear, the red, white, and blue like I have when I was in college and amateur golf was special, and it's even more special now to do it at a higher level, a more a more visible level. And so, that would be pretty cool to be able to make that team, and because like I said, I just love the United States, and I think it's one of the greatest countries ever in the history of the world, and to be able to wear those colors and play golf and hopefully be victorious and bring some joy to the United States, and show that we can all get along in different venues and different avenues. I think, that's what I love to do. And so if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'll still survive, and I'll get ready to make hopefully the Ryder Cup team the following year. Thank you.
That's a great note to end it on. Thank you, Billy, and we wish you the best of luck this week.
Thank you.